What's going on, guys? In this video, we're gonna talk about Bitnile Holdings. Once again, that's Bitnile Holdings with a ticker symbol NILE. So guys, in this video, we're gonna talk about the two press release that we had in the April 25 and April 22, which is Bitnile Holdings subsidiary Ault Alliance agrees to purchase a EYP, and another one is a Bitnile subsidiary TurnOnGreen installs electric vehicle charging stations at the Hampton Inn. And one more, we're gonna talk about the SEC filing that they just did today, April 27th. So we're gonna talk all about those. But guys, if you like the information and analysis that I'll be providing you in this video, please hit the like and subscribe button. Let's get going. So Bitnile Holdings closed at the price of 0.0 during the 0.40 during the trading hours, and it's up 2.21% in the after hours at the price of 0.41. As you can see, guys, the stock has a market cap of 115.02 million, shares outstanding of 268.31 million. It has a public float of 258.67 million. And of course, when it comes to its performance, it's red all across the board. So in a 5-day performance, it's down 26.23%, a 1-month performance of 51.55%, and a 1-year performance of 85.89%. So guys, we will go to the first press release, which is the Bitnile subsidiary TurnOnGreen installs electric vehicle charging stations at the Hampton Inn. It says here that a diversified holding company announced today that was April 22, okay, announced today that its green energy technology and a power supply subsidiary TurnOnGreen has successfully completed an electric vehicle charger installation project with the Hampton Inn in Rancho Cucamonga, California. The electrification project was consisted of the installation and activation of the company's commercial network level 2 charges, EVP 700G, in a guest parking lot. The chargers are searchable and accessible through TurnOnGreen mobile application and initiate a charging session with the app, QR code, and or RFID card. The TurnOnGreen mobile application is available for download on the App Store for iPhone users and Google Play for Android users. So guys, how is this important? This is important because with Biden's project when it comes to the clean energy. So if more of these are gonna be installed, of course, there will be more revenue for TurnOnGreen, which is also more revenue for Bitnile Holdings. So guys, this is one of those projects that I really like, and of course in the future I think Todd is talking about dividends of TurnOnGreen to Bitnile holders. So that's something that we might wanna look at in the future, right? So I think he does what he says. So when I started listening on Risk On, like they said that they will release the earnings report on April 15, he did that. So hopefully everything that he says is gonna do. So I'm also waiting for the dividends of shares from TurnOnGreen in the future. And the next press release is Bitnile Holdings subsidiary Ault Alliance agrees to purchase EYP. So that's on April 25th. That's Monday. It says here that Las Vegas. So a diversified holding company, Bitnile Holdings, announced today that its subsidiary Ault Alliance has agreed to lend approximately $12 million through a superior priority debtor in possession loan to and entered into an asset purchase agreement with EYP Incorporated and its affiliates, providing for the acquisition of all EYP's assets for an aggregate consideration of approximately $68 million. Ault Alliance will also make an offer of employment to all current employees of EYP. A while ago they were discussing this, and there's roughly 400 employees that they will keep as soon as the acquisition is done. Okay, so guys, in the future we will actually see that here in the organizational chart. So under Ault Alliance, so we will actually see EYP in one of these boxes. That will be in the future, so that's very, very important. I'm still very bullish with Bitnile Holdings because since they're a holdings company, they have a lot of sources of income, so the revenue will definitely grow, you know, lots, like 10 times, right, over time. So they're spending a lot of money in getting all of these companies, acquiring all of these companies. So right now the share price is actually very, very low. So I mean, it's the time of the year for me to keep on accumulating Nile shares. But I believe that one of these days, as soon as the bullish sentiment goes back to the market, the Bitnile stock will rise. So this is just my personal opinion, guys. It doesn't mean to say that you follow my personal opinion also, but that's what I think of Bitnile Holdings as a company. You know, like their growth had said. So they're planting the seeds today so they can harvest these fruits for tomorrow. And the last one that we'll be talking about today is the SEC filing for April 27. So this came in, I think, in the after hours. It says here S3A registration statement under Securities Act of 1933. So the document itself, guys, is very long, so I'll try to break this down for you. Okay, so give me a second. So in the document, I just copied and pasted some parts that I need. So it says here, on November 19, 2020, we issued promissory notes to Isusa Holdings LLC and two individuals. In connection therewith, we issued warrants to purchase an aggregate of 1,323,531 shares of common stock to the investors. So they were talking about these three investors. 661,766 of these stocks remain outstanding. So take note, that's the first part. And also, on December 30, 2021, we entered into securities purchase agreement with Isusa and certain other investors, pursuant to which, among other items, the 2021 investors acquired approximately $66 million in promissory notes due March 31, 2022. So, if you scroll down here, it says here the Class A warrants entitled the 2021 investors to purchase an aggregate of 14,095,350 shares of common stock if exercised for cash. Okay, but anyway, it says here that so this is the one that you're gonna take note, guys. So it says here that if the investors elect to exercise the Class B warrants or cashless basis, then we would be required to issue an aggregate up to an aggregate of 2,762,346 shares of our common stock upon cashless exercise of Class B warrants. So, guys, they said that they'll be issuing 17 million more shares because of these warrants that they have issued in the past. So the first part is this one, 661,766, and the second part is this, the maximum value that they would be able to issue. So it doesn't mean to say that guys, they just give you they're just giving us the maximum shares that they're about to release in case these warrants will be exercised, and the maximum value is 17,519,462 shares on top of the current shares that we have right now. So guys, currently, as far as the current shares, if you go back to the SEC filing in their year-end report, it says here that there were 268,307,612 shares that they have issued as of April 11, 2022. So if you add those both, right, like the maximum, so this will be the available shares that we'll have once those warrants are exercised. It's 285,827,074 shares. For some of you who might want to ask, what is a warrant, right? So a warrants are a derivative that give the right but not the obligation to buy or sell a security, most commonly an equity at a certain price before expiration. The price at which the underlying security can be bought or sold is referred to as exercise price or strike price. An American warrant can be exercised at any time on or before the expiration date. So guys, this specific SEC filing has something to do with the warrants that they have issued before, and there's a possibility that the warrants will be exercised, and this will be the amount of shares that Bitnile Holdings will be issuing when those warrants will be exercised. So in this chart, we can clearly see here that the lowest, we are already in a 52-week low of 0.39 eventod, and in the risk on podcast that they have in YouTube, they're telling everybody that the stock price could go even lower than 0.4. So as expected, it went to 0.39, but of course it has something to do with the current market conditions. The market is very bearish. If we zoom this out, you guys can see that we are in a 52-week low of 0.39. But like I said before, these are signs that for me personally, for me to keep on loading up on the stock, because I think that the stock will definitely soar in the future as it has a lot of catalysts, right? Sources of revenue. So I think this stock will definitely be very bullish in the future, in months to come. But right now, with the current market conditions, definitely it will like any other stock, guys, even SPY, even Tesla, right? So it really goes down to a point where I don't know, it's just an eyesore, but that's how it is for some people who are bulls. But for some people who want to invest, I think it's a good time to invest in the stock. So guys, as you can see, this is a 0.39 is already a new price discovery, so we don't know if we have a support here, but of course 0.39, 0.40 is not very far off. We can clearly see here that you have a stochastics of 4.92, which tells us that this stock is already oversold. So even your RSI is going to that area. But if we break this green candle down from today's trading period, right? If we break this down, so it's a green candle and a red candle. So hopefully this is a huge support for this certain security. And as you can see here, guys, your VWAP is the VWAP is all underneath all of these technical indicators, so which tells me that the stock is somehow bearish, but it doesn't really matter to me. I should be fine with that. Okay, so the first resistance for the stock is around this area. I'll give this as the first resistance of 0.4927, so which is pretty close, but we have our major resistance here at around 0.57. That will be our first major resistance. It isn't that much, right? So, and the a huge resistance here at around 0.7031. If it goes down any further, I strongly believe that that is, a lot of people will load up if it goes down any further than 0.39. Okay, guys, definitely once again, I'm still very bullish with Bitnile Holdings as it has a lot of catalysts in the future. Okay, and they have a lot of they have a lot of subsidiaries, right? So those things. So that's the kind of stuff that I'm looking at in the stock. And also, Todd said that they have an upcoming Bitnile, Bitcoin mining report. If that will be on May 2, I will update you guys on that. Once again, if you like the information and analysis that I'm providing in this video, please hit the like and subscribe button. Once again, this is your boy, Don Leo Trades. I love you all. Peace out.